honoring the 39th President of the United States today, who in just a few minutes will be part of a motorcade to pay some final respects. I'm Cheryl Preheim.
And I'm Mariana Muniz.
And Jeff Hollinger is with us this morning. Jeff, you covered the former president for many decades, and I feel like the preparations are meeting the moment. A day we knew was coming, but we still feel the gravity of the moment.
It is an event that is always well choreographed, obviously. Anytime an American president dies, you have all of the structure in terms of how we will salute his life, what we believe that he stood for, and what the symbolism is for the future. But with Jimmy Carter, it is so complicated. It is, you take a look at his life over the last American century. There's really a definition of the South over the last 100 years as well. The sort of metamorphosis of this land that was so troubled that has evolved and still is evolving. But Jimmy Carter really a center point in all of that. And if you were to use a compass point about the evolution of the American South over this century, Jimmy Carter is obviously the first point that you really go toward, along with Dr. King, certainly John Lewis, Hank Aaron, all of these people that led to a much better parcel of land, a much better region.
This is a live look at the Phoebe Sumter Medical Center. This will be the starting point for the start of today's state funeral events that will go through January 9th. This is the place where his remains will be put into a hearse. We know that many longtime members of his Secret Service detail will be part of this motorcade. The family will be arriving there momentarily. You see the flags at half staff. And this reminds me of the morning the world said goodbye to his beloved wife of 77 years, Rosalind Carter. That motorcade left the same front door of that medical center just more than a year ago. So history begins here in just a few moments. And Ariana, worth noting that a lot of the plans we will see play out here together starting today are plans that he was very, very involved with. These were many of his final wishes and ways that he hoped the world would get a chance to say goodbye.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the schedule of events that's going to happen and play out over the next few hours. His family will arrive at Phoebe Sumter Medical Center in Americus at 10:15 this morning. In about 10 minutes, they'll proceed to make a few stops in Plains, Georgia before the trip to Atlanta. His motorcade will arrive at the state capitol at 3 p.m. for a moment of silence. That stop marking a time where former President Jimmy Carter served as the governor of Georgia. The motorcade will then travel to another part of his legacy, the Carter Presidential Center, where there will be a service at 4 p.m. He will then lie in repose starting tonight at 7 until 6 a.m. on Tuesday, marking a moment for the public to also pay their respects